This video is going to show you how to open and start a new quote inside Quosal. Open your web browser, go to your URL, and you're going to type in vq.quosalcell.com. That will bring you into the login page where you'll be able to get your login and log into your Quosal portal, which will then bring you into your home page. This is the main page you'll see every time you log in, and up along the top here we've got our main tabs that we use. A couple good things to know is that if you ever have a problem, this up here is Quosal support. You're able to chat support team at Quosal. You can usually answer questions for you pretty easily. At this point, I'm not sure if we are all able to use chat or if only the administrative people are able to use chat, but we will clarify on that. Also, another thing up here is the notifications, I guess, tab or button up here. This will have a little red number above it if you have pending notifications that are new to you. Maybe that your customer has looked at the quote, meaning that your order porter has been viewed, or if your order porter has been accepted, which that is the exception from the customer. So also signing out and help up here as well. This is, I believe, your achievements page, which I think you can set achievements in here. Looks like ready to start our new quote. So up here along the top main tabs, we're going to click new quote. This will bring you to our templates page. We have a few different templates down here, but for the main part, usually we use the basic hardware and software template. Some of these other templates down here are configured to have no certain tabs or no tabs, or just a fixed fee SAL template or time and material SAL template. We're going to pick the basic. And here you're able to search for your company. So in this case, we're going to use XYZ. Sometimes you'll find that you'll have to use some spacing or different wording in here sometimes to find certain customers. You'll be able to attach the correct customer site. Usually there's going to be a default check, and make sure that you view the actual street addresses over here and make sure, if there's a state or if there's a headquarters or whichever you may need, make sure that you attach the right customer site to the right customer. Make sure that the quote and everything is properly set up and there's no problems in here. So what we'll always do with a new quote is we're going to put the customer name as the beginning of the quote name and then the quote you're going to do. So let's say it's going to be XYZ test, and for this we're going to do, let's see, I don't know, we'll do some RAM. You click save, and this is going to set up the quote for you. This will give it a name, give your location, your promise date. This is going to kind of be your I guess track, which you'll be able to watch. It just kind of gives you a timeline here that is able to provide you some information on how many visits have been made, total visits, and when the customer actually approves the order, your little win icon will pop up here. So moving on here, usually this page is a pretty simple, pretty quick setup, and we will move on to the prepare content, which is next in our little timeline of tabs right here. For this, we're going to probably not use a cover letter. You're able to delete this. as well as if you need to add another tab into here, you're able to do that as well. For this, we're not going to do that, so we can go back here. Let's see, we're not going to be doing any managed services. We probably will end up using shipping, so we'll just take these out of here. So it leaves us with hardware, software, and shipping. There's no software in this. So now we are able to use the utilize function, which is going to go out and search Ingram Micro, Tech Data, Synex. It uses most of our vendors that we plugged in here, and it'll actually go real-time search for part numbers and what our cost will be, what the MSRP will be. It'll give you all up-to-date stuff. And then here is the product search. This is what we will most likely use for any of our ConnectWise products. Let's see here. For this, we're just going to put RAM. I don't have a specific chip or anything, no part number I have, so I'm just going to go, okay, let's see. Yeah, we'll just do a 4 gig module here. The part number is already in ConnectWise here. It doesn't need to be created. Okay. So suggested price, our cost here, override price. Usually for anything that's going to be in Quosal, ConnectWise, or come from a utilize search from a vendor, we're going to have to make sure it is taxable. Certain things sometimes don't pop up as taxable, but we want to make sure that it's taxable. Usually for most things that are going to be inside the state here. Outside of the state is untaxable. Everything looks good here. We'll go ahead and save. Oh, it also gives you, you can pick where you want to get it ordered from. And as you can see here, looks like no one's got any of this in stock. It may be a pretty old part, maybe something that isn't stocked here at any of these vendors. So we're going to go ahead and save here. Now you'll see that this line item shows up, and let's just say we'll kick this quantity up to 2. They need 8 gigs of RAM in their machine. And then we'll go over to the shipping tab here. Shipping tab is pretty easy. Same thing, it's going to be a product search. We don't need to go out to utilize anything. It's not going to be utilized. Usually shipping is all in-house, so I usually just type in ship, and it will pull up a little list here. But one of our ways of kind of putting products into ConnectWise is this is old, but we are going to probably have a either a VQ dash or a S1 dash, then the part number identification. So say install, it's going to be S1 dash install, or let's say S1 dash consulting. Say you may have a an hour or 2 charge for consulting with someone online. So we'll attach this. Again, we want to check the suggested price. We have an override price here, our cost. Now the cost may show up differently on a quote. Say you're ordering some laptops or some servers, maybe some little pieces of hardware like RAM like this. It varies. It may show up as going to be $28 because it's overnight shipping. So then we're going to bump this up to, let's just say, $40 flat for our customer. And we're going to save this. Now, I usually always, before moving on, I check and make sure that all my tabs are populated that I'm going to be used, and I have the correct pricing in here for these. And as long as we're good here, we are able to move on to the publish and deliver screen. And here is the available forms that you're able to use. Usually, always will use a virtual queue basic quote. And most of the time we're going to be using the order porter. You have a option to do a email PDF document, but usually we use the order porter. It's easier. The customer has an actual portal that they can click a link to, go in there, electronically view and approve the order. And that's when we will actually have a little notification up here that says it's been viewed and been approved. So when we move on down the line, we will see that. Over here we have different available forms, budgetary cloud proposal. We may enter just one or two other forms in here. This is going to be just a different look or a different feel to what the order porter view will actually look like for the end user or the customer. Down here we have available documents to attach to our order porter, and that is saying possibly we need to send an ACH form or a credit card authorization. For our Stratus Everrun, we have training peripherals here that we're able to apply. Maybe if you have a SOW and we're going to set some dates, there's a change request form here that we're able to put up there if there's any changes that need to be made to the SOW itself. So kind of get a little gist of what's going on here. Tab summary shows you what's populating up in the tabs here, what we've got in here. It looks like we can actually include totals, include printed. It shows you the margins for either tab. Kind of gives you a quote total here too. Is the totals of $450. Looks like there's no tax here, just because it's a test company. There may not be tax set up. So in this case, we're going to hit publish document. Have a little game here you can play while you're waiting. Takes just a couple seconds usually, maybe takes up to a minute depending on how large your quote may be. Alright, now we are on to the email content tab. Here we're going to write in a subject. You can leave the main subject, but for this one we'll just use RAM quote for PC, and it's going to go to Scott. That's just a default for the XYZ company. Always make sure that this email is going to the correct end user or customer that you have. In here you're able to manipulate the wording of the body in your email here. Usually we always are going to leave this link here. If you take the link out of there, they're not actually going to be able to view the order porter. This is the only link that they usually get, unless there's some way that they can get into the order porter, which, unless they have their own logon, is pretty rare. So, hi Scott, we've prepared a quote for you. You can electronically place your order online by visiting. If you have any other text or anything you need to tell your customers, you're able to just come in here and just like an email. Here is your quote. Oops. And I'm pressing tab. Here is your quote. Oops. And I got cap locks on. For RAM for your desktop PC in your home office. And here, make sure all your signature is correct, your phone number is correct, your email is correct. As long as everything is good to go, PDF view looks like it is just a basic form, and we're going to send email. And then once after you sent your document, here is the first opportunity details that you're going to use to create a opportunity in Quosal. And really quickly here, we always have to make sure the opportunity grouping type is set to line item. Otherwise, our items in our tabs here will not show up in the proper tab in the opportunity in ConnectWise. Pick your primary and secondary sales rep. Usually it's going to be another sales rep on your team. Come down here into Quosal tab settings. Make sure that everything is set to one time, unless it actually is a annual, monthly, or 1 year. In that case, there should be something set up in ConnectWise for that. And double check your ConnectWise items. Looks like everything is in here, and we're going to save. Now, once we save, that is the end of completing and sending a new quote with inside Quosal. Thank you very much.